Hey good people, welcome back to Beauty in the Frizz. My name is Cara. Whether you are new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today. This video is really special to me because this is Mimosas and Makeup number 100. And if for some reason I miscounted, for all intents and purposes, this is number 100. And I am so excited to be here with you all. I do have a mimosa. I have to have one for this one. And this is my J. Roger Brut with tropical, Bacardi tropical fusion rum. I think it's tropical fusion rum. A little bit of orange juice, ice. I'm excited. There are so many thoughts that I have for this video today. It may seem a bit all over the place, but I am going to be talking about some things as well as sharing the items that I purchased from the MAC Cosmetics Black Panther Wakanda Forever collection. So if that sounds good to you, keep watching this video. Let me know what you think. And if makeup is your therapy and your love, if it makes you happy and you want to hang out with someone that feels the same way, definitely consider joining the community. I'd love to have you back. All right, let's get started. So Mimosas and Makeup started one Sunday. I just was like, I think this would be really nice. When I started my channel, it was 2020, so COVID and everything like that. And one of the things that I always enjoyed prior to COVID was going to happy hour. I did do brunches sometimes, but happy hour after work was just the best. And that's something that I kind of left behind with the pandemic. I have not been to a happy hour since, but it's something that I was really missing. And I just thought this would be so fun, like to chat with everyone, have a mimosa, even though, you know, theoretically sometimes during Mimosas and Makeup, I'm not having one, but you get the point. It is Saturday night and I have been waiting all day to film this part of the video. I didn't want to have any interruptions. You'll see the boys in like the looks or one of the looks that I'm doing with the palette. So let's get into it. At work every day, we have what we call a community building circle. And I will say, I already had an idea for what I wanted to talk about in this video, along with this palette, which it's all gonna tie together, hopefully. But the circle question that we had, and I was like, I have to talk about this, is how do you fill yourself up when you're empty? And a lot of the children in the circle passed. And it really made me just think how important it was for me to talk about that in this video, because I think that when you're empty or when people are empty, when you don't know how to fill yourself back up to get yourself out of that, that's where the trouble is. That is where people cannot cope or they make decisions that aren't good. And we have to figure that out. And I think even more important is maybe realizing when you're starting to feel empty so you don't get to that point where you're completely drained. And that's where I was this week and still am in a way. And it all started with, and I'm sure you all saw me post a whole bunch of stuff on my stories about the group Migos. Those are my boys. Like, I love that group. And you know, when you find out that, I mean, even though you don't know these people, but when you find out someone was killed or has passed away, that, I don't know, that's part of the soundtrack of your life. They don't have to be a musician, but when I say soundtrack of your life, it's like those things that you remember as special times. When you find out that that happens, it is just, I don't know, it was a feeling of emptiness. That's the best way I can describe it. And then like going back and looking at my concert videos and my excitement and just how many good times I had that revolve around Migos songs, I will never be able to look at them the same. And I felt like that when the group broke up. You know, I was just like, damn, this is wild. Like, maybe they'll get back. And then I read something that said, oh, they're going to come back and do a verses, which I love verses on Instagram. I will put the link on my community page if you don't know about verses. But it's awesome, you know, especially if you are just a music person. So this was, it just really broke my heart. I don't really know what happened. In addition to that, throughout the week, just hearing news about people that you know, people that are young, having cancer. There was someone that I went to school with that I didn't personally know, but I knew who this person was because they were a track star, they were really popular, they were a year older than me, found murdered in Baltimore City. Married, had 2 little girls, and I'm reading his wife's post and I'm like, how is she gonna explain this to her kids? And then I had to stop and think, like, I was in that same situation. I mean, Mark was sick. Having to explain that and just deal with that, I don't even know how I did it. So I'm looking at someone else like, I don't know. So I just had so many emotions this week. And then with work is really overwhelming. There's so many new things being implemented. There's so many emails. And the emails are coming on the weekends. They're coming in the middle of the night. And I'm like, okay, like this is a lot. This is a whole lot. And so I feel like this is a really appropriate video to talk about how you fill yourself up, because there are things that I know make me feel good and I don't have the energy to even do them. And so I want to talk about some of those things, but the connection that I'm going to try to make to this Black Panther collection is, you know, when I think about Chadwick Boseman, that was another situation where I was like, what the hell is going on? Because to even just understand that he was filming Black Panther and he was sick is totally beyond me. I don't even know what to say about that. I don't even know how that happened. And I'm thinking about, like, how was he able to do that? How did he have the strength? I mean, he obviously knew that this movie and this role was going to be such an important and influential role. I have no idea how he was able to do that. When I found out that he did have cancer and then passing away, I don't even know what the feeling is. I have a hard time describing things, because in a way, the more I hear and the more I experience, the less surprised I am. It's not that I'm desensitized, but it's just like, unfortunately, I have the mentality like things can always be worse than what you think they are. So I try to be thankful for all the things that I have, even when I'm not where I want to be, you know, even when I feel things are messed up. So let's get into the collection. I will talk a little bit more, but I know we're having a chat. I would love to know, like, what do you do? What do you do to prevent yourself from getting in a rut? Because I have anxiety and I've had depression. Those are things that I'm always dealing with, especially the anxiety piece. And it's like, I am gonna have to make a better effort of incorporating those things to kind of fill me back up, because my life isn't just about me, you know, but if I'm not good, no one else is gonna be good. So that circle question with my students, it has stuck with me. I think that was Thursday or Friday when we talked about it, and just the amount of kids that passed, I'm like, so what are you gonna do? And I think when people don't know what to do and they can't explain their emotions and how they're feeling, that's just when it's not gonna be a good outcome, you know? Let's look at this collection. So I didn't get everything. Initially, I just had the palette and one of the lipsticks. So you're gonna see when I do the first 2 looks, I'm gonna do one on each eye, that I'm just going to use the palette and the lipstick. And then I thought, like, I should have gotten a highlighter. And I was trying to be conscientious of what's in my collection, and I knew good and well that I did not need a highlighter. But then I looked at it and I was just like, the highlighter is one of the most beautiful pieces of the collection. And so I was able to order the highlighter with same-day delivery from Macy's today. So it got here around like 3 o'clock, and I decided to get a liquid lipstick too because I had to make it worth it. So yeah, I have the palette, I have the highlighter, I have the lipstick bullet, and then the liquid lipstick. And then I'm also gonna be trying out the MAC paint pot for the very first time. Really, really excited, and let's just jump in. Now, already having done 2 looks, I have to tell you, I'm so excited to do a third look with this palette and use it. You'll see my reaction with the first impressions look. I had no idea about the formula. I didn't even really look up any information about this palette because I just knew I wanted it because it was Black Panther. The collection did have a lip gloss, it has some liners, but I knew this palette was going to be one of the standout pieces. And you know what? I want to grab it. I meant to do it. I'm going to grab the only other palette that I have from MAC. It is the same format, which is the Feast Your Eyes palette that came out last fall. Let me grab that really fast and then I can kind of show you both together. So here's Feast Your Eyes from last fall, and here's the Wakanda palette. So you can see it is the same style of palette with the 8 shades. They're like these really cute petite palettes, and I'll show more of this palette in a second. So here's the outside of the palette. This was made in Italy. I don't see the shelf life on here, so I'll have to update my description box. And here is the inside of the palette. You can see that I've used it. It has not been swatched yet. We're gonna get ready to do that. But I think you can tell that these shadows have a very creamy texture. That really surprised me because I couldn't tell that from the promo pics, and I didn't read a description about the palette. So let's go ahead and get into these swatches, and you're gonna just see how beautiful these are. So for the top row, we have Our Cause, Protector of Wakanda, Royal Ways, and United Front. And here are what these shades look like on the fingers. And here are the swatches of the top row. And you can see that like these 3 shades have more of a shimmer than this one, but they're all creams. And for the bottom row, we have My Calling, Heart-Shaped Herb, Claw Marks, and Onyx. And here are what these shades look like on the fingers. Ooh, y'all, come on. Oh my God. Look at that. So here's the palette. I'm gonna go and do another swatch of the purple and the blue. And here is the whole palette. Oh, yes. When I initially saw this palette, like I knew I was gonna get it because it was Black Panther, but I just wasn't sure. You'll even hear me say later on in the video, oh, I think this is gonna be a companion palette, but I can tell you right now, this is so beautiful. This green shade, like I was thinking, oh, that's just gonna be so deep, but because of the texture of the shadows, they are really, really buildable. I'm gonna just swatch the palette from last year next to it, just so you can see that there's a difference in some of the textures. If you do have the Feast Your Eyes palette, go ahead and pull it out, because that palette was highly sought after, and when MAC sold out of it, it never came back. I do hope that MAC will continue to make palettes like this. So here's the Feast Your Eyes palette. It starts with this shade and goes all the way over. And so the difference is that these have a little more sparkle to them in their powders, the shimmers here. But the mattes are really satiny and creamy, like the ones in the Black Panther palette. And I will say that with both of these palettes, these shades look a lot deeper in the pan, maybe even a little more intimidating in the pan than what they do when you use them on your eyes. Like, you see how soft the purple and the blue are in the pan? To me, those look really, really deep, as well as this teal shade. And I did feel like that about the brown in the Feast Your Eyes palette. And you can build them up to be deep, but you can use them as transitions, which is what I really love about this formula. This is such a winner. I really hope that MAC will continue to do this. I know I said that already, but so I'm really excited to look at the highlighter. And here's the box for the highlighter. Oh, the box for the palette looks exactly the same. I'm not seeing a shelf life on this either, but I'm not really concerned about that. The embossing on this, I mean, it is so detailed and beautiful, and it's not gonna wipe away with your first use, which I love that, because we do buy a lot of things for packaging. Let me show you the outside. And here is what it looks like. Now the palette, I believe, is $39. This highlighter is $44, so it is more than the palette, and I think this is a standout, you know, from this collection. I am really glad that I changed my mind. Initially, when I saw the two highlighters, I really wanted the deeper one, but I think the lighter one is the one for me. The name of this one is Royal Challenge, and this is the Extra Dimension Skinfinish. And I hate to rub on this, but you can see it's not taking off the embossing at all. Here's what it looks like. It is really smooth. I do think this was the right shade for me. I can see myself getting the other one. Let's be honest. It's at Ulta, and Ulta's having $10 off right now, so that is so pretty. Now the other one's a little bit darker and deeper, but I think it would look great like as a blush topper or even an eyeshadow. So that is really pretty. It's not even gold, it's like a rosy gold champagne, if I had to describe it. Initially I thought this was gold, and that's why I didn't want this one. I wanted the deeper one. So I'm glad that I chose this one. The two lip products that I purchased were the matte lipstick, and I have the shade Royal Integrity. And this is the Love Me Liquid Lip Color in the shade Show Off. So here is the packaging. When you open it up, you see it has the Black Panther right here. And again, this is the shade Royal Integrity. And here is what this shade looks like. You know, I always worry with shades like this because I have a hard time with getting the lip color to go in this area. So you'll see me kind of struggle with that a little bit. It's just something that I have to work with, but it is a beautiful shade. All right, now this one I'm looking at for the very first time because, you know, this one came today. So again, this is Show Off. Here is what the packaging looks like. I opted not to go for the lip gloss. I just felt like the lip gloss is like really sticky whenever I've tried it, and I just don't really like that feeling. But this one I'm really curious about. This is new for me. This color, you know, sometimes trying to pick out colors online is tough, but this color, when I looked on Macy's, it said red, and I was just like, oh, but it was the lighter red. So it's, I wouldn't necessarily call this a red. This is a really pretty shade though. Yes, I'm excited to try this one on. Ooh. So with that being said, let's go back to yesterday's me, and you'll see me do one look on each eye with the palette, and then you'll see August and probably Marky. I'll try on the lipstick, and then you'll be back with me, today's me, and I'm gonna create a third look, and then we're gonna try on the liquid lipstick and the white. I'm excited. All right, let's get to it. All right, you guys, so I am getting ready to do my first impressions look with the Wakanda Forever Black Panther palette, which you already know. Pizza. Excuse me? Can I have a pizza? You may. Let me tell you what I have on my face, and this is what I will have on for both looks, because I think I'm doing two. So today I'm wearing the Auric Glow Lust in Sunstone. Okay. Yeah. You may have two. I have on the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I think that's what it's called. It's in the shade Ginger. And I have on, ooh, for powder, I'm using setting powder from the Hourglass Elephant palette. And I'm using just a combination of these two. So it looks like that. I just put it all over. Bronzer, I'm wearing the Victoria Beckham Bronzing Brick in the shade 3. And I just go over both colors because why not? I did not put on any blush because I'm not sure what kind of look I'm gonna do since this is first impressions, but I'm trying out the MAC paint pot for the very first time. Yes, I know this is old school, but I have never tried a paint pot. So when I ordered this palette, I was like, let me order one. So this is the shade Soft Ochre. Now recently I have been using the NARS Soft Matte Concealer, which is nice. It's been working fine for a primer, and I'm using that for a primer because as a concealer, I purchased the shade that was too light. But this looks like it's gonna be very nice. So let's get into it. I think I already said no blush, and the lipstick is gonna come from the collection. So let's go ahead and get started. So at this time, I've only looked at the palette. I haven't even swatched it. I know you've seen the swatches and hopefully they're nice, but I am just so excited to try this one out. And it does come with the shade names on this plastic piece, so I will not be getting rid of this because I need to know. All right, what a predicament. I don't know where to go with this. Okay, I think I do. Now, I will say it has been some time since I've used a MAC Cosmetics eyeshadow. In fact, the last time I used MAC eyeshadow may have been about a year or so ago with the Feast Your Eyes palette, which actually is a nice palette. You may be disappointed with the shimmers because they're not super potent. They're more toppery shades. Now these appear to have more mattes than, hello.
When did you put candles in your room?
When did I put candles in my room?
That's burning.
It was an expensive candle, so I feel like I should use it. That's my House of Sea Ash Wonder Woman candle. It's gonna make the room smell like a grown-up marshmallow. It's nice. I was gonna say, like, looking at these, none of these look like true
I think
mattes.
my hair does smell good. Okay, now it smells good. Oh, actually, that smells good. Smell it.
Smells like metal. I think I'm gonna go in with United Front almost as a transitional type blend out situation. I think with this look, I wanna explore some of the like the purple and the blue shades. Well, there's one purple and one blue. So I want to explore those shades, but I feel like I just can't go into that first. And I'm using an Angie Hot and Flashy A503 brush from BK Beauty. Now this is a shimmer, so not exactly a blend out. And to be quite honest, and I'm sure I will be repeating myself in the final thoughts, I'm not sure how much I would use this palette on its own. It's reminding me of a companion palette, but I think these looks are going to be really pretty. So let's just see. So this is very light, but I'm just wanting to have some type of powder down to mix with the blue and the purple. My thought is to go into the purple, and let's just see how these work. I'm really intrigued because I don't know how they swatch. So like, can we use the, oh, okay. It might not be what we think. It might not be. Now at this time, you guys, hi.
I think that would be a trick to put the guy down to.
Excuse me? Oh, this is okay.
Yeah.
So this is pretty.
I want to show you.
You want to show me or the fans?
I'm going to show them after I do.
All right, go ahead. I'm watching while I'm blending.
Watch. I just learned what the guy did on YouTube.
I was not.
Look.
Wow.
Wait.
Oh, that wasn't it. Okay.
Look. I can bounce it now. Look. It's going to run out.
I'm watching and I'm loving.
Let me do it one more time.
It's amazing. You're really good. You can. August has a new trick and he is really getting so good. First of all,
Ow.
I don't think I was expecting this. Okay, now I had to swatch it a little bit. This is creamy. Wow, August. I think everyone would love to see that.
Oh my God, tattoo.
Excuse me?
Oh my God, tattoo.
Okay, well you can show them in a second. In the words of Kinky Sweat, aka Alicia Archer, dare I say, this is one of the best purples I've ever used. It's going on smooth.
I got smooth.
It's going on easy.
I got easy.
I think this is a cream. I really think this is a cream.
Okay, let's burn the candle.
This is a cream.
I'm gonna burn my ear.
Hi.
Caputs in the fire.
So I'm impressed.
Caputs in the
Look
fire.
at, okay.
Caputs in the fire.
So this purple is called Heart-Shaped Herb. And then I want to go into the blue, which is called Claw Marks. There. What is that?
A beach ball.
Wow.
I did it at the mirror shop.
Did you have choices of what you were able to get?
Who, me?
Yeah, who you? Were there choices? Like, did you have to get the beach ball? Was that the only tattoo left?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the last one. You didn't have other choices. What I was asking you was, did you have a choice? Like, were there other choices, or that was the last one you had to choose what was there?
I just had to choose what was there.
And that was the only one left.
Can I light that candle?
I don't want to light that one. No thanks. No, and you're not allowed, so.
But please. Please, Mom.
This. Okay. So I don't know if this is what I was expecting in a great way. I don't think this is what I was thinking. I'm going in with claw marks. Claw marks is a little low. That's okay. Ooh, I am just floored with this.
Sorry, but in my mind can't.
Okay,
Never mind.
what's up?
One can ask Mr. Town. Remember he was planning to go to get air.
Oh,
And he never did it.
I don't know.
Coming next weekend.
you can talk to him.
And then next weekend.
Our cause.
Next weekend.
Okay, if someone was doing that to me, I don't think I'd be interested
Interested in what?
in going. Okay, this is the first look. I mean,
You have any hot chocolate?
oh, you can't have hot chocolate at this hour. It is not 8:39. No, you can't. Oh no, you won't.
Unfair.
It isn't fair. So let me tell you about this right here. This blue purple look is a yes. I don't know what's happening here because I haven't swatched anything, and maybe I need to continue to go this route and not swatch things first because there's an element of surprise with not swatching. These, I don't know if they're all creams. I mean, I don't know. I have to change my battery. I'll be right back. So I just needed to gather myself because let me take back that I don't like blue eyeshadow. And I do like purple, but this looks so good. I think it just depends on the texture of the blue or what kind of blue or what shade of blue or what kind of Wakanda. Because this, I know I might be being drastic, but I don't really like blue eyeshadow. So the fact that I am just really into, damn, I really want to put this on both eyes, but I'm only taking it right off. And I would like to show another look or maybe two more. This is really pretty. And while it's bold, to me, it's soft. Does that make sense? I will finish the look and everything, but let's get into another one because now I'm really excited. So, you know, I did put the pink as a transition or, you know, just a base for both shades. I'm gonna go into a comfort look for this one. And we're gonna start with, I'm gonna go into a comfort look for the second one. Let's do Protector of Wakanda. And this is my type of shade, y'all. And I'm using a MAC Cosmetics blending brush. All right, let's see. This, okay, I'm gonna say right now, these shades are giving Tasha a run for her money because I just dipped in here slightly because I just wasn't certain. So if MAC is gonna come out with palettes like this, like is this the formula of their, what is it called? Bows and I don't know, bows and buttons, whatever. Oh my gosh. I might be lost to the creams because that's all we need right there. That's all we need. I mean, what else do we need? We need nothing. I need nothing else. Okay, I don't know what to say. Let's go into our cause. Is this pot? No, this is creamy too. Like you see, there's no fallout. There's nothing. This really just reminds me of something that if you only go for luxury, I think you would go for this. Because there's a little more shimmer, but it's not like super sparkly. It's perfect. Like there's no fallout. There's nothing. What is MAC doing? What? Okay. I want to try, I'm putting this, the coppery shade underneath the lower lash line. I really want to give the black a try with this look because the next look that I'm going to do, I'm going to use the green, which is appears really deep in the pan, but these are really easy to diffuse. So let's go into the black. Take the black. I'm sorry, I'm on my Game of Thrones like all the time now. The black is called Onyx. I'm gonna just take the same brush and put a little bit on the outer corner. I would not typically do that with this look because I love this. But I'm wondering if we want to give this look a little more smoke. See, I might be messing it up, but it's gonna be a black that's not difficult. And I'm wiping it off on my arm. And look how much is showing up, and it's smooth. It's not a patchy black. So although this is not what I would typically do, it's a nice black, like really nice. It's not blended very well, but I'm just gonna take a little bit of the orangey shade and kind of just mesh it all together. So if you do want some smoke with that, you can do it, but I prefer the look the way it was, just with the copper and the gold, but that's not bad. It's not bad at all. Going back into United Front for the inner corner, and I mean, you could even probably put the purple if you wanted to. I don't want to though, but I want to just go light. This formula.
I'm trying to sleep.
How are you trying to sleep and I'm filming? I'm just curious. Oh, what's your question?
Can you be a little more quiet?
I can't be quiet in my own room.
Be a little bit.
In my own room?
Louder a tiny bit.
You know, okay. This is too much for me.
You need to be louder.
But it's my room and it's my Friday.
Can you be that your boyfriend?
What boyfriend?
Is it your mom's child?
I don't know who he is. Let's get into some lipstick before I finish this off and figure out a blush situation. And there is the Black Panther embossing there. Oh, this is deep. Okay, this definitely, I probably should have got the light one. All right, you guys, so here is Royal Integrity, and I do like the shade, but I have to be honest, in my heart of hearts, I should have went with the lightest shade. I didn't want to get it because I felt like it was going to be a duplicate for other things I have in my collection. I really have a hard time with deep shades, and I don't know until I try it, but some lipsticks do not stick to this inner part of my lip. And if you've been watching me, you'll probably know I do have that issue because my bottom lip is a little like large. So I don't like seeing a harsh line between my natural lip pigment and lipstick. So when I wear this lipstick, I will probably use this with another lipstick that doesn't have that issue. So lately I tried one of the Dior lip shines in the shade Plum Eclipse, and I also have Dior Bar. I could see myself, why don't I just do it? I could see myself topping this with one of those and hopefully like having this kind of matte shade down, or it has a little satin to it, that it will increase the longevity. So I'm gonna grab that and also finish just with some mascara and liner. So I'll be right back. All right, you guys, I'm back. I did top this lip shade with the Plum Eclipse from Dior. This is the Dior Addict Lip Shine with my new case. But this lip color is too much. It's a lot for me. I would not wear it with this look, but I would definitely wear this lip with this one. So for liner, I use my Charlotte Tilbury double-ended liners, which I love these things. I want to get backups, but I'm not going to because I have so much left. This is from Super Blue, and I use the navy. So I use the matte side, but they also had this electric blue, which is very pretty as well. I just couldn't find a sharpener. Otherwise I would have used it. And for the mesmerizing maroon liner, I use the matte side as well, which is like a deep plum. So here is what it looks like up close. I am really happy, and honestly, this is my favorite. It really surprised me because this is not a color scheme that I would go for, but I love the softness of it. I love how it blends out, and then you still have kind of a beautiful highlight with that light pink shade. So even though there are no true mattes and there are no sparkly shimmers. The look that this palette is giving from what I've seen so far, to me, is luxury. Like, I really like this. And I am gonna do one more look and I'll do both eyes, but I'm really happy with both of these. This is like every day, and this one could be someone's every day. I would wear this one to work though. Like, it's all melting together for me. So yes, y'all, okay. I went like this, like I had something else to show y'all, but I don't. So let's get into another look with this palette. Look at this boy done fell asleep. Can y'all see him? This is rent-free sleeping, rent-free living. I hope that you enjoyed those first two looks. They made me really, really excited to do a third look. Sometimes when I do these videos, when I get to the third look, I'm like, oh, I don't really feel like doing another look with the same palette. But this one I'm really excited about. And plus I haven't used that green shade. So this look is gonna be all about that and the highlight. Now, all of my base products are the same. My lips look a little bit deep because I tried out one of the new Maybelline Vinyl Ink lipsticks today. There were some in Target, and then I pre-ordered like 5 more on Amazon because I think I'm obsessed. I only had one shade before, and I really, really like it. I only applied it one time today, and this is the stain that was left after I wiped it off with the makeup wipe. So I'm here for it because I think I told y'all, I feel like my lips have lost its pigment as I'm aging, which is common. Yes, I'm excited for those. But let's get into this third look. Okay. How I lost the paper with the shade names is beyond me. Oh, it's inside the palette. Okay, let's start with the green. I have to. So we're gonna start with My Calling. I'm gonna use this Sydney Grace blending brush. So while I'm putting this shade on, I do wanna talk about some things that do fill me up when I'm feeling empty and possibly will prevent me from feeling empty, if that makes sense. And sometimes I just don't feel like doing these things, even though I know they work for me. Why am I like that? Let me know if you can relate. But working out. So I have mentioned in a recent video about how I'm feeling a little dumpy, how I'm feeling, you know, not super happy with my body and my clothes, just my style, not really loving my look, and just on the brink of a positive change regarding where I am in my life. There are some things that I can do. I really love walking. I love listening to music. I love being outside. So I have incorporated walking back into my life, and even a little bit of jogging. I am not a runner at all, but I'm trying to do that, you know? And every time, even if I don't feel like it, once I start walking and when I get back, I feel so good that I did it. It doesn't even have to be a long walk or this huge accomplishment, because I think sometimes we feel like, oh, we gotta work out hard or we have to do this. And then that makes me just not want to do it. And some days I do, but some days I don't. But just getting out there and keeping the habit up has really made a tremendous difference for me in the past 2 weeks. Because I can just say for the past 2 weeks, I've been consistently walking. It hasn't been every day, but it's been several times a week. And the weather, like taking advantage, the weather, it was 77 degrees here today. We're not going to have that much longer. So like today I had all the boys with me. Tyrone, well, he's not a boy, but you know what I mean. So Tyrone and then all 4 boys. And it was great, you know, and they didn't walk around the track 5 times with me. But, you know, they did like 1 lap and they threw the football and it was just great. And I was so happy because like I got them out of the house, and it's just important. Even just getting sun and getting some of that vitamin D, it automatically changes my mental state. Even if I just go out and sit on the porch, I know it always transforms me. So that's one thing that I'm trying to, or not trying, that's one thing that I'm incorporating in my life. Look at this color. I was not sure I was gonna be able to use this as a transition shade. Actually, Yadi sent me a picture earlier today and I was like, oh, is that Odin? She's like, no, it's MAC. And I'm like, that green looks like that. But this is a really, really pretty shade. And the other thing is, I have a Peloton. I know y'all see part of it in the background. It's right here, like I'm touching it. Like that's how close it is to me. And when I looked the other day, my last ride was in July. And I'm like, you're paying $40 a month. So what are we doing here? And Peloton can be intimidating. Like some of the workouts are hard. And if you fall off, like my endurance, even though I don't burn as many calories as when I'm walking, it's a different type of workout, and the endurance is something I don't have anymore. So I was like, you know what, Cara, you're paying this money. Like if you're not gonna do it, stop paying the money. So no matter what, 3 days a week. And I procrastinated. Well, I don't want to say I procrastinated, but the week got away. So it was Thursday, Friday, and today. And today I got on and I didn't do a program. I was like, you know what? I'm going to start editing the looks for this video while I sit on this bike. And then I'm going to put my iPad down and I'll do some out of the saddle riding. And I can at least say I got on 3 times, because a ride is a ride. And I feel so good because at least I can say, hey, you're not where you want to be mentally or physically, but you're doing something to work towards it, rather than me saying like I'm not there and then it's like, but I haven't done anything. Music. I love music. I don't listen to as much music. I love my Beyonce, you know, but just having that on in the background, or even trying like on my lunch break, like listen to a song, something, because like I've totally fallen off with that. And reading, I used to love reading so much, like as a kid. Like I am a reader, but as I've gotten older, I'm doing so many things. I don't really have time to sit and read. That's where Audible's coming in. I'm doing a free trial and I'm listening to House of the Dragon, but I also ordered the book so that when I do have a few minutes here and there, maybe I'm only reading along with a couple of the pages, but it's something. And I have just felt so good. And I'm trying to get the boys into it too, because, well, not House of Dragon, but I think it's going to be important for me to infuse this lifestyle into them, because they are a part of this generation where everything is fast, everything is quick. We're always doing a lot of things at one time, and I have to break myself and them out of that. And when you talk about, or I've talked about, this whole soft life phenomenon, it is hard to have a soft life. It is easier said than done, because in order to do that, I'm realizing there are certain things that I have to do that I might not be comfortable with. Number one is setting boundaries and knowing what those boundaries are and who you need to set them with. Being okay with saying no. And I am not okay with saying no oftentimes. There's lots of things I don't feel like doing, lots of places I don't feel like going, and I'm always worried, even as a 41-year-old woman, about somebody having a problem with that. And it's like, for what? For what? I've always wanted to go away for the holidays. I have been talking about it for years, and now I'm doing it. I let everybody know, hey, this is what I'm doing. If anybody wants to join in, no one joined in, and that was totally fine, because we all have different things going on. But Marky and August and I, we are still going. And I was nervous to tell people that this is what I was doing. And it's like, for what? This is something you've wanted to do. What are you waiting for? How many years am I going to let go by that I might not even have, because I'm worried about what someone else is doing or what someone else is going to think, and they're living their life. You know what I'm saying? So setting boundaries has always been hard for me. And I feel like it kind of makes me appear to be like a wishy-washy person, when inside I know exactly what I want. It's just I'm too chicken sometimes to come out and just say it. That's the honest truth. Let me get into the rest of the look, because I'm not trying to hold y'all, or maybe I am. I said with this look, I wanted to go into Royal Ways. So that's gonna be this beautiful, what do we call this? A peachy, coppery shade. Me setting boundaries even with Marky and August and letting them know, like, hey, right now I'm gonna be on my bike. And when I'm on my bike, you can't ask me for anything. I'm not gonna be able to help you. So let me help you now, and then I'm gonna get on my bike. August is the one that has a really hard time with it because he needs everything as soon as I start to do something for myself, every time. And then he'll do like the whole, oh, you don't ever want to hang out with me. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, we hang out all the time. He's such a mama's boy, but they have to understand. I also had to start really coming to terms with my space and how the lack of me seeing empty space in my home or in this home is cluttering my brain, and it is increasing my anxiety. So it's happening little by little, but I am really starting to declutter. And today we put together, Tyrone and I, well, Tyrone really put it together. The living room set is out, my area rug is out, and it's not perfect. Everything's not perfectly set up, but it's coming together. And even little things, like I was like, we need fresh pillows. I'm always trying to hold on to things. I'm not a hoarder, but I'm always like, oh, I could fix this, or this could be fixed. Let it go. Let it go. And that's where I'm at. And I'm so happy that I'm starting to really feel that way and to let go of like attachments to things, because it's just clutter, and it's not just physical clutter for me, it's mental clutter, and I need to see space in my life. And I really think I'm going to suggest at work that certain things need to be off limits, certain times. Our emails, a lot of our emails at work, we have them come into our phone. If somebody's up at midnight and you're sending an email to the entire staff in the middle of the night on a Saturday, by Monday, those emails have been pushed down. There's so many emails from so many people coming at work. And I'm like, you know what? My county's really pushing like this self-care, and you know, when you're outside of work, like disengaging and all that kind of stuff. So maybe after 7 o'clock, or maybe after the close of business, or 5 o'clock, no more emails till the next day. And no more emails on the weekend, because you're not going to tell me, well, I sent an email and you sent the email on Saturday night at 9 p.m. Talking about I sent it last night. No. Like, I'm over that. And I feel totally confident bringing that up, because I have to set these boundaries. I have to, or I'm going to drive myself nuts. Another thing, this is pretty, essential oils. I love essential oils, and I stopped diffusing them in the house. Why? Why did I stop diffusing them? So like, I'm getting back into that, and you know, wearing them. I had a necklace where I would just put it on and just smell it, like, because I need that. I need that scent. It helps me because I have a little bit of driving anxiety. Well, I don't even say a little bit. I have driving anxiety. Like, I keep it in my car, but it's helpful. It is so helpful to me. Taking my vitamins is helpful to me. So it's like, I know these things, and I'm gonna make a point to make a list, almost like a little bank. Like, if you're starting to feel this way, like, try these things out, because I don't want to get to the point of just feeling so defeated, because life will do that. Like, hearing all that news this week, I was so down, y'all. I want to go in with Protector of Wakanda. This is an eye shading brush from Lavish. It looks like this. So I know I'm rambling a lot, but when I feel like this about things, I have to share it. I have to say it to somebody, because you just never know what people are going through. And even if my suggestions don't help, it may spark something in you that you know you can do for yourself, because we all feel like this. The times that we live in right now, there's good things happening. There's a lot of bad things happening, y'all. And we can't sit up here and act like, oh, everything is great. You know, there are some things that happen that, you know, you want to look at the lesson or the reason, and sometimes I can't find it. Like, there are just some things that happen, and I'm like, what good is that doing for anybody? What is the silver lining here? And sometimes I can't find it. And that's honestly where your faith has to kick in, because, or whatever you believe in, because I just feel like with all the messed up stuff happening here, there's got to be something more beyond what I know, and I can't lean on my own understanding. And I'm not a religious person. Like, I do believe in God, but I'm not somebody that's saying like quotes from the Bible or anything like that. There's some stuff that happens that's just messed up. A lot of things that happen that are messed up, and I can't explain it because I'm a human and I have a limited capacity to be able to explain certain things or justify why certain things happen. That's why you just have to have hope and really, you know, just believe in something greater than where you are right now. Like, that's how I feel. I'm going into the green again. Ooh, that green, y'all. This green is just, it's amazing. This shade would make a beautiful, beautiful liner. But yeah, like, some of the things that happen are just unbelievable and unexplainable. And it does make you not have hope sometimes. I mean, I think we've all felt like that. Even if it's something that happens to someone else. All of this talking is just to say, like, check in with yourself. I function on autopilot most of the time. And even when there are times where I'm supposed to be enjoying myself, I'm not, because I'm not in the present moment. I'm thinking about the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, trying to be organized, trying to be planned out. I'm missing out on important things, important times, important memories, because I'm always thinking ahead. My husband, Mark, before he passed away, he will always be like, Cara, you need to slow down, like, slow down. And now I'm trying to do that. And it's hard to do that because I have been used to now doing things a certain way for a long time. And now I need to really slow down, and I have to slow my kids down. I want to use the purple as an inner corner highlight. So I'm just trying to put it on lightly. And I think that looks really good. So yeah, y'all, I hope this is all making sense. The bottom line is, for me, I'm having a serious time of reevaluation. I am trying to imagine the life that I want to have. I don't have a bad life. I have a wonderful life. I have a wonderful family. I have a wonderful partner. I have wonderful children. I have my sister. I have my nephews that I love. I mean, I have my parents. I have my in-laws who are incredible. So there's so many wonderful things in my life. I want to be able to enjoy them. And right now I feel like I'm not. That's what I'm trying to improve. I'm also just trying to get a hold of, like, what do I see for myself? What do I see for my future? Because I'm hoping that I have a lot of future left. And regardless of how much time we have here, what do I see for the time that I have left? How am I going to make that happen? Those are all the things that I'm thinking about. But I'm also thinking about, how pretty is this? I think it's really beautiful. All right, I'll finish the look, but we have to get into this highlight. This compact is really light. I don't mind it not being like super luxurious or anything like that, or super heavy. It could be a little more, like, because this is like plastic, but I'm okay with that. So with the brush, it definitely picks up a nice amount. I'm so excited to try this on. I've actually never tried a MAC Skinfinish, so, and you can see I do have the Auric Glow Lust, so I definitely have some sheen there, but hopefully this is going to be a really nice yes, it is. Let's say a nice enhancement. Is that a word? Enhancement. Now this is really pretty, y'all. Oh my goodness. Now I'm glad I got this. See, I was about to miss out. Can y'all let me know if the Stranger Things palette had this same formula? I know it's sold out on the MAC website, but if I can find it, if I can find anything in this MAC formula, I'm gonna get it. This is beautiful, really beautiful. And I'm gonna get the deeper shade, just like y'all know. I might have been missing out on this Skinfinish, y'all. And this would be a beautiful brow bone highlight, inner corner highlight. That's definitely a winner. Okay, and lastly, we have the liquid lip. Oh, I like this. And you know they had a black one, but I knew I wasn't gonna wear the black one, so it feels like when I put on a matte liquid lip. We'll see how it dries down. But I love this shade. I think this is coming together really nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and finish off this look with my liner and my mascara. And then I'll be back to let you know what I'm thinking about this whole collection, which I think you already know. I'm gonna wrap this one up, y'all. Okay, you guys, I'm back. Here is the finished look. To finish off the look, I use my Charlotte Tilbury Green Lights liner. It's the double-ended one. And I just used the matte side. I did a really thin line along the top and then the lower lash line as well. And I'm using the Tarte Man Eater mascara. I found that in my drawer. It hadn't been open, so I was like, why not? Now, I am touching the lipstick swatch from the Liquid Lip. It doesn't have like a matte liquid lip dry down, but it's not sticky like a gloss. It does have transfer, so it's not going to be a lipstick that's going to last all day or anything like that. But I will say I enjoyed this color a lot. It reminds me almost of a metallic lip, but it's not metallic. So let me just go ahead and give you my final thoughts about this collection. I think this collection was really well done. And I like that it wasn't like this huge palette or that it had all these colors. I love that it was really curated, 8 shades. And I think that this is going to really be representative of the colors that we're going to see in the movie, which comes out next week. I'm really excited to see that movie. The trailer looked incredible. I started listening to the soundtrack. I cannot wait to finish it. I think it's going to be such an inspiring and empowering movie. I'm really, really excited for this one. The palette, and of course this highlighter, which was a game time decision for me. I'm so happy that I got this. This is so beautiful and really is a standout in this collection. I definitely think that you could pass on the lipsticks, but the palette and the highlighter, these are definitely the standouts for me. But as far as the 2 lip products that I purchased, I think I'm gonna like this liquid lip more than the matte lipstick, but I also think that combining the 2 would make a beautiful combo. So I'm excited to try that. Now the paint pot, I'm really into the paint pot. This is just smooth. This is probably gonna be my go-to. Oh, hello. Okay, I am back. Marky is so emotional and he sometimes listens to songs that make him feel sad. So I was just helping him through that. Marky, are you okay now?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right, I'm getting ready to take him upstairs. But if you were thinking about this palette or this collection, the formula is A1. It makes me only want to wear cream shadows. And it's not thick or patchy. It's buildable. The colors blend out so nicely where if you're intimidated by deep colors, you don't have to be, because I could have made that green even lighter than this. So the blue purple look, I was so impressed. I just don't find myself loving those types of looks, and I absolutely love that look. I loved the kind of basic warm golden orangey neutrally look. I am just really happy with the palette, and I'm looking to see what other kind of color combos that I can make. But I love that, like with those 8 shades, we can do some really beautiful looks that can be bold, but they're still soft. I don't know how you achieve that. And I never put on a blush, but I don't even care. I don't think I need one. The bronzer and this highlighter is enough for me. So yes, the highlighter is beautiful. I probably do have a highlighter this color. I'm sure I do. I don't know if I have one as smooth, but I love a smooth highlighter. You know, I just think that's beautiful. I can see myself really just sweeping this highlighter on, sweeping the highlighter on over my eyes, using mascara and this lipstick and like a cute blush or something like that. and wearing that to work, because a lot of times I'm not wearing eyeshadow to work anymore. So that highlighter is going to get a lot of use. I'm going to get the other color as well. They are beautiful. The packaging, the embossing, I love that that embossing is thick. Like, it is not going away. I'm going to use it, and it's going to take a while for that T'Challa, that Black Panther mask to go away. I'm really excited about that. And that is it, you guys. I'll put all the details for the collection in the description box, and I am going to have links to Ulta and the MAC store, but I have seen the collection at Macy's and a couple other places as well, maybe Nordstrom. So you could just check, but the major department stores, a lot of them do have this collection. Not sure if something like this will go to the CCO, the cosmetics company store. Not sure about that. I feel like it might be gone before it's able to get there, but you never know. With that being said, y'all, I am gonna get on out of here. I really, really appreciate you all. I hope that this video just makes you check in with yourself. I am such a work in progress, and I'm going to continue to work on these things as well. I do feel like I've made some small steps, and that makes me really excited and happy for what's to come. I want to say thank you to you all for hanging out with me for the Mimosas and Makeup videos. I mean, we are 100 down, and I hope to have hundreds more to come. This is so special to me, and you all are really special to me. I know it may sound cheesy, but it's true. And when I sit here and I'm talking to the camera, I feel like I'm talking to you all, and that's why I love participating in the chat, because it's just that connection piece is a huge part of my life now. You all are a part of my life, and I can't imagine not doing this. That is how I feel. So thank you all, and I hope that you know, if you're getting something out of these videos, I want you to know, like, I'm getting the same, if not more, out of filming them and connecting with y'all. So with that being said, I hope this was therapy for you. It always is for me. And until I see you again, make sure you are being gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself nice, stay safe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.
Bye.